Hi, this is Danielle. Okay, so this is a GE washer, and one of the problems that I'm having is that when I wash my clothes, it's making like a little loud scraping sound. So what I did is I need to figure out where the problem's coming from. So I took the front part off, and the way that I took the front part off is I use a flathead. You can use a putty little knife, anything that's kind of flat surface. Screw that flathead was easy for me. And I don't know if you can, trying to find it, here it is. So in here, right here, there's like these little ridges, and there's one on each side. You take the flathead and you push that straight back, like towards the back of the washer, and the front is just going to pop itself off. And you do it on each side, and then it's on these little ridges here. All you have to do is just kind of, once it's tilted, just pop it off. Okay, so what I did was I ran it by itself with no clothes. When it's by itself with no clothes, I checked, and actually it does agitate correctly. It agitates with no clothes. It works just fine. Doesn't scrape, doesn't do anything. But as soon as I put clothes in, it starts making a noise. So now I'm gonna turn it on, close the lid. I'm gonna have it start agitating because I want to know where the problem's coming from. So I'm gonna close this because it could either be the coupler that's under that agitator that might need to be replaced. It could also be the rods of maybe when it actually got moved and it got messed up to where the tub and the motor is actually scraping with the floor. So as soon as it starts agitating, making that noise, we'll be able to figure out what the problem is. So kind of nice to see something work from the inside. Alright, we're getting close to those sounds. I don't knock the stuff over. I didn't put that much clothes in it, but normally when I would. So if I start looking at the bottom here, you can kind of see and kind of look. Then now I can kind of see what their problem is. So what the problem is that it's a little dark. I don't know if you can see it, but that's where the belt system is on the pulley. And if you look in the front there, that thing is just touching the bottom of the washing machine. So that kind of gears me and tells me more or less what the actual problem is. So the bottom is scraping with the bottom of the washer. So I'm going to kind of chug it off. I'm going to go ahead and drain it. Okay, so whenever we have this type of instance where that bottom motor and that bottom of that tub is going so low that it's actually touching the bottom of the frame of the washer itself. So the problem tells me that I have a sagging apron, which is this little metal bar right across. So what happens is that this little metal bar is what actually controls these rods. The rods is what actually is holding up that washer tub, because it's supposed to stay elevated. So what it actually tells me is that I have to replace the that apron. There's a metal piece in the front and then two pieces in the back. So to do that, I actually have to disconnect all kinds of wires and water hoses and everything. So once I do that, I actually have to go get a kit, and I have to be able to get it. So how does this happen? Why does it start doing that? All of a sudden start sagging down. So one of the problems that it happens is when, if you moved, and a lot of people will go normally with a dolly in the back of a washing machine and lift it up with an actual dolly. And with these particular types of washing machine, the GE, this type of older model, on that back part is where it's actually more fragile. So when that dolly comes up and starts sticking up on there, it starts messing up with that entire frame, and with the movements and everything, it starts messing up those aprons where it starts sagging. And so that's what I wanted to find out, if it was an agitator, if it was the coupler, suspension rods, or if maybe it was because the apron is sagging. So that tells me that now I know what the problem is. Now I know what I got to do. So once I get the kit, I will make another video, and I will show you guys how to change out and correct this sagging apron, and then hopefully that'll fix this washer. Thanks for watching.